Good evening. What you're about to see is highly classified from the Barrel Brothers experimental files. It's extremely dangerous and should not be attempted at home. Some of my employees may even die, but they are trained professionals and that's a sacrifice I am willing to make. Thank you. Hello again. Here we are at Barrel Brothers World Headquarters in Milperra, Sydney. Vesta Strawberries. Not a name that really strikes fear into the heart of anybody, is it? We got a set of these in quite some time ago. We didn't realise how rare they were at the time, but by the by. And we started working on these quite some time ago because we were doing them in our spare time, and we don't have any spare time. And at the time,
it's time to stop, okay?
It was before we even bought a camera that I'm looking into right now. So they originally came in this colour. That's a centre cap off one of them. So multi-stud, pretty embarrassing. We thought we'd have a go at doing something with them. So we kind of chopped them up, which upset a few people at the time. Took a little paint off of them, did some machining, and got a mate of ours to spin up some lips for him. So yeah, now we have some 8s, I call those. And some 9s. 13 by 9 minus 13. Going to make a good addition to the van, these things. So this is where we're up to at the moment. We thought that we might bring you along for the ride as we finish them off. And stretch some tyres, put some ridiculous paint job on them. Finish them off. While I'm here, I might as well measure that one up and tell you how wide the other pair is going to be. So, doing your offset, dead easy. Quickest and easiest way, and this will get you within a couple of mil. Overall width, in this case, it is 234. 234 divided by 2 equals 117 millimetres. Then you go down through the centre here and measure from the front face back to the hub face. And that is 124 minus 124 equals minus 7. So these are 13 by 8 minus 7s.
Alrighty, so we're back on the strawberries here, and Alex has gone ahead, give them a good blast. What do you reckon, Kev?
Yeah, it's bloody sweet, mate.
Yeah, he's done a good job here, hasn't he? So next, I've got to get these lips going, get them up to standard. They're a bit average here. They've got all these rings there, and kind of got to sand them all out, make the best of it. But the problem we have is that we normally chuck them in a lathe, and because these don't have a flange in them, we can't really chuck them in the lathe, so I'll have to get a bit creative with it and figure something out. Alright, let's get stuck into it. How you going, Kev? back again, strawberry lips. Got them all polished up, looking not too bad. Got all those lines and rings out of it. What do you reckon, Kev?
Yeah, they're good, mate. I like it.
So next stop is to get them welded on. So we'll head over to the welding table and get them burnt in.
Alright guys, so Elliot's asked me to go through the stock and pick out a couple of personal favourites. So I'll start with the 13s. We've got the SSR F4s. Absolute classic design. I don't think I've ever seen them in 13 before, not very common in a 13. And then I couldn't decide between these two, so we'll go the Riverside R101s and the SSR Longchamp XR4s. So obviously they look pretty average now, but you guys know what we do here, so they'd look heaps better with new lips, new hardware, fresh paint and machine face. Perfect for your K70, A71 Corolla, Datsun 1200, that sort of thing. Moving on to 14s, the Advent A3 seats. So I've been trying to convince people for ages to run them. You don't see them very often, so it's hard for people to envision how good they're going to look on a car. I'm telling you, it's going to look sick. 5-hole, 14-inch August Horos. Looks like, yep, there's a full set of caps too, so they would look cool. Mark 3s. Bloody cool looking wheel. Crap looking colour. So obviously they would look a lot better with a silver or a gold center. New lips, new hardware. Good for a 90s style S13 sort of thing. R31 Skyline, an MX-73 Crusader if you're into putting 15s on a Crusader. Wed's albino fins. They'd also look good on a 13, maybe a Crusader if you're that way inclined. Got the Hayashi Streets. So there's a refurb set, that's a brand new pair. My all-time favourite wheel, Wed's Mark 1. So these came to us looking incredibly shocking. But they had a full set of caps, which is pretty sweet. I've had a few sets of these before, and personally I've never seen the caps before. But yeah, they came to us looking horrible, and then we blasted them all, pulled the buckles out, machined them, painted it, machined them. They look incredible, but they're 4x120. I can't even off the top of my head think of what's 4x120, but if you've got a 4x120 car and you want some wheels around the 14x7 mark, they're the ones. Yeah, that's it. I mean, there's obviously heaps of stock here. That's just a couple personal favourites, but yeah.
Spray booth. Got the strawberries all masked up, ready for paint. Set of caps over here, all done. Now, we have a small problem. Mark and I have had a bit of a disagreement where he wants to do green on the top here. Now I reckon it's too much sauce, you know. It's going to make it look like an Italian flag or a candy cane. I don't know. Make it look trash. So I'm going to try and twist his arm a bit more, try and work on it a bit. But let us know what you think. What do you reckon? Too much sauce or just enough? Anyway, we'll get stuck into painting him. We'll see who wins at the end. Alrighty, flakes been sprayed down. Time to put some candy on top. Alrighty, got the clear on them. Because they've got metal flake on them, we have to flow coat them, so we have to wet rub it down and put another coat of clear on. So we'll go out the front and we'll get that done.
Alrighty, these strawberries. So, where are we with them? It's a bit of a haphazard job, this one. I mean, it's taken us a couple of years to get to where we are at the moment because we're doing it in our spare time. Yeah, so that's what they look like now. Elliot's just smashed some paint on them. And a heap of flake, and these look wild. So our drama is, and why they've been sitting here next to the rack for about 3 weeks, is they don't have a valve in them at the moment. So our first option was to come in from the back, something like that. In through, which would have been fine, except that there's not enough, the caliper sits about here, so that we can't do that. So the current thinking is we do it with something like that and just smack it straight through the lip. We'll get there sooner or later. God, they look mad. How insane is that? Alrighty, decision's been made. So what we're going to do is put these valves in there because I can't abide a rubber one through the back, and frankly going through there is terrifying. I don't want to muck up. Elliot's spent a long time on this paint. So this is where it's going to go, in about there. But first what we've got to do is unmask them. So let's get stuck in. Alrighty, so they're all unmasked and they look completely ridiculous, which is kind of what we're after. Look at these things. Wow. I haven't even done the final polish on the lips yet. Like, we've just peeled all the tape off. That tape was a mission in itself. The paint is like 47 layers thick because of all of the flake that Elliot's put into it and had to bury it all. So it's got a lot of flake in it, as you can see. It's sparkly to hell. Dorothy slippers. The other reason is they have had to put tape on them for a fair while. We've been doing these for quite some time. Please don't comment here, Kapowie. Okay, so the next thing we've got to do is put the valves in, but it's home time, so I'm going to go home. Righty, time to put some valves in them. Actually, we've been asked a bit about what we use for the vinyl clean. We use this stuff for really fine polishing or cleaning up. As you can see, the stuff on this. That's what we use it for. So yeah, go to the website, available there.